In 1972, flight attendant Vesna Vulović was working on a flight cruising at 33,000 feet when the plane suddenly exploded. Everyone else on board was killed instantly, but Vesna, against every possible odd, survived. Vesna fell from the sky with no parachute, trapped inside a piece of the fuselage, and hit the ground on a snowy hillside in Czechoslovakia. The wreckage and snow somehow absorbed just enough impact to keep her alive. She suffered broken bones, a fractured skull, and slipped into a coma, but she woke up days later. To this day, Vesna Vulović holds the Guinness World Record for the highest fall ever survived without a parachute. In 1978, Russian scientist Anatoli Bugorski was inspecting a malfunctioning particle accelerator when something went horribly wrong. A proton beam traveling at nearly the speed of light shot straight through his head. It entered the back of his skull and exited through his nose, a beam so powerful it should have killed him instantly. He said the moment it hit, he saw a flash brighter than 1,000 suns, but felt no pain at all. Within hours, half his face swelled, his skin peeled, and doctors assumed he wouldn't make it through the night. But he did. Not only that, he went on to finish his PhD and continued working in physics for decades. A beam of pure energy tore through his head, and he still showed up for work. If that's not dedication to science, I don't know what is. In 2013, a tugboat sank off the coast of Nigeria, trapping 12 crew members deep below the surface. Everyone was presumed dead, but in the wreck, Harrison Okene was still alive, 30 meters underwater. No light or warmth, just pure silence and darkness pressing in from all sides. He stayed there for nearly 3 days, praying, rationing his breath, and sipping Coca-Cola to stay alive. Then, against all odds, a team of divers found him still breathing. It's terrifying to think what would have happened if they hadn't come back, or if they were just a few hours too late. Sometimes survival isn't strength or skill, it's timing and a bit of impossible luck. They call him the world's luckiest man. But depending on how you look at it, maybe also the unluckiest person. It began in 1962 when the train he was on derailed into a river. He was pulled to safety while 17 others drowned. A year later, he was thrown from a plane mid-flight when the door blew open. He landed in a haystack while the plane crashed, killing everyone else on board. Over the years, he reportedly survived a bus accident, 2 car explosions, a fire, and even being hit by a bus. After all that chaos, in 2003, he won the lottery, like life itself was apologizing for all the near-death experiences. Still, some parts of his story are hard to verify, passed down through interviews, retellings, and the internet's love for legends. But real or not, Frane Selak's story is a reminder of 2 simple truths. Some people really do seem to walk away from the impossible, and it never hurts to take what you read on the internet with a grain of salt. In August 1945, Tsutomu Yamaguchi was on a business trip in Hiroshima when the atomic bomb dropped. The blast threw him to the ground, burned his skin, and ruptured his eardrums, but he somehow survived. After the chaos, he returned home to Nagasaki to recover, only for the second bomb to fall 3 days later. Once again, he somehow survived. Yamaguchi went on to live into his 90s, teaching, raising a family, and spending much of his life speaking out against nuclear weapons. It's hard to imagine anyone surviving 1 atomic blast, let alone 2.